Can you see me? Can everyone see me? Am I live now? Can you all hear my voice now? Am I going? Is it happening now? Is it happening now? Can you hear my voice? Silly me, my fault. I hit start streaming in OBS. 100% forgot to hit start streaming on YouTube. So, good, off to a good start. I sat and I waited and I had my starting screen going, this one. And I was just like, yeah. And I see all your, you see chat going along and you're all talking to each other. I'm like, okay, cool, perfect, we're ready to go. And I even, click on the video to, share, hit, copy the link into Twitter. And to put into Twitter, I'm live now, as I don't even register that I'm actually not live yet. And I'm saying things. I started talking and I was like, hello everyone, what a weird morning. It feels weird this morning. I don't know what's weird about it though. And then everyone's like, has live started? I'm like, what? And I go, if you can hear my voice, say pineapple in chat. And no one said anything. I'm like, oh god, what did I do wrong? Yeah, it's not my birthday today. It's this week. I don't remember which day of the week it is. Friday. My birthday is this Friday. So, yes, it's my birthday week. I am old. Person. So, I have no plans for my birthday. Nothing's happening. Nothing's coming out that I want for my birthday either. I might get a game for myself, but none of the games I want are coming out now. I mentioned it on this week's Coffee Break podcast with Rambo, but all the games I want have been, delayed for years. All I want is Dragon Age 4 and Wolf Among Us Part 2. And those aren't coming out anytime. Yeah, old +1. I've leveled up. I've life leveled up, and I was able to acquire a new skill. Since I leveled up, I reached enough skill points, I got a new skill. The skill I got, I like Dijon mustard now. So, I think that was a good use of leveling up in life. It just happened suddenly. I went my entire life being like, it's fine, but I'd rather not. And then, suddenly, 2 days ago, I'm like, this is all I want to eat. I want Dijon mustard on everything now. So yeah. Big ol' birthday and stuff. I might actually stream that day, too. But it won't be a birthday stream. So I was thinking about something. I mentioned, before I accidentally hit live, one of the other things I was talking about was how I actually have a lot to do today. So I might not go for over an hour, unless you guys are really good at keeping me distracted. Thanks, Serge. What was I saying? Yeah, so I have a lot to do today. I did the YouTuber thing. I made a short. I did a YouTube shorts, cause I saw Saberspark on Twitter tweet out that shorts do absolutely nothing for revenue, but they do help bring in new subscribers. And I'm right on the edge of reaching 50,000, and I'm like, I will do anything to get finally to 50,000 subscribers. And I've been thinking about doing shorts for a while now. Oh, what the Hex? What the hell? What? You can't do that. That's too kind. Oh my god. Thanks. Oh, you guys are. Oh, jeez. Golly, jeez. I never know what to do when you guys are so, nice and kind. I have nothing to say other than, oh my. Thank you. Well, damn. I guess I could buy a video game if I wanted to. Oh yeah, happy birthday to you. Thanks guys. Thank you all. What was I saying? Yeah, I made a YouTube short. I did a short. I took a funny part from my My Little Pony video, and I just made it short version, and I had so much fun making that, I'm like, I want to immediately make more shorts, so I'm gonna start doing that. I think I might stream sometime later this week. If any of my patrons are in chat, I'll make a post on Patreon, but I also wanted to talk about it here. So the Patreon voted video for this month was supposed to be analyzing the Yellow trailer from RWBY. I still totally plan on doing that, but there was something else. I haven't started the script yet, so it's gonna be late no matter what I do. But do I like pumpkin spice? I do like pumpkin spice. I think it's great. Like, it's fine. I more prefer, like, the cinnamon over the pumpkin, but I think it's fun. I think it's fine. The pony video was fun. Thanks. I had a lot of fun making it. I definitely want to go back and do more of the seasons. I didn't realize they all weren't on Netflix, though. So if I do make it to season 6 through 8, I'm gonna have to figure out, unless they start suddenly streaming somewhere, but they'll be way down the line. But yeah, so yesterday I made a tweet, and it was talking about how Rooster Teeth is already getting ready to beg for your money for their Bumblebee merch, because they want to monetize off of their representation, because they don't actually care about it. And I made a comment, and I was like, remember, don't give them money, because they abuse their staff, and have a history of bigotry and whatnot. And someone left a comment, they quote tweeted me, and it was, you should donate to the Trevor Project instead. And I was like, yes. And then they messaged me later, and they were like, what if you started like a movement to try to help bring more people to this idea, rather than giving money for this merch stuff, give money for the Trevor Project. And I was like, that would be cool, but I don't know how exactly I would do it. So I'm looking into it, but if I figure it out, I might be doing an analysis live stream later this week. But I have to figure it out first. I haven't done it, so I have to like look through all the menus and stuff to make sure it can even happen. If not, then I'll just donate on my own and make a video compelling people to donate as well. I know, the merch, it's so, like, it's fine, but it's not great. Like, the tie-dye is such a weird choice. The font choice is weird, and it just, there's so many cute things you could do with Bumblebee, and they did none of it. Put them on a giant bee. Get it? But, so yeah, the Trevor Project is a non-profit organization. They help out people like LGBTQIA plus people and kids and things like that. Lots of people have donated to them before, like the Try Guys. Specifically, I remember Eugene talking about it a lot and things like that. So I was thinking of doing a thing to like raise some money for the Trevor Project, but I'll have to look into it. If it works out the way I'm planning it would do, then that might be later this week or early next week. It might be next Tuesday instead of this usual chatting stream. So, and if it does work out that way, what I'll be doing is I'll be doing like a live breakdown of what I look for when I do an analysis video, like how I've done before with the fights, but I'll be doing the bees killing Adam. That'll be the fight I'll be analyzing, if it all works out. It might not. If so, I'll figure out something, but I do think raising awareness to get money for donations for the Trevor Project would be cool. So, I'm gonna look into it. The yellow analysis video is the next video planned, but it's probably not gonna be done until next week anyway, so. Unless it just miraculously is super easy to edit. Sometimes that happens, where I'm like, this video will take forever, and then it's just like done instantly. My Wednesday video was like that. The Wednesday Adam one, I wasn't even planning on making it that week, but I was just like, wrote up the script on my phone while we were still watching the last episode, and then I just finished making it within a few days, and I'm like, well, that was easy. It just happened. Thanks for the happy birthday messages. I never know what to say when people say happy birthday. Have I ever seen Panty and Stocking? No, but I want to. I've seen clips, like random clips here and there, and I love the art style. They're so bouncy and fun. So yeah, I have a lot of things to do today. So yeah, one thing I'm excited about is I'm gonna start making another Warrior Cats multi-animator project open map call, because the last one I did, the Kings one, all the parts got filled up. Hooray! So they're all working on their parts. There's several of them have been finished. There's a playlist that I made that shows off all the finished parts that people have turned in, that are on YouTube at least. So, I'm gonna do another one. This one will be Halloween themed though, which is exciting. Ooh, ah. The humor is crude, but the art is so tasty. I'm fine with crude humor, you know? Like, I like me, like, South Park, you know, things like that. Crazy, crazy weird things. Mixed feelings about Bumblebee. I'm not against those types of relationships, but this seems so forced. Here's the thing. I haven't actually seen the scene where they kiss. I've just seen, like, the screenshots of it. So I don't know exactly the context of what led to them kissing each other, but it's weird how bright it is. like every other screenshot of them in Ever After is like murky, orange, dark, and now the bees are kissing and suddenly the background is like pink. I thought it was actually edited. I thought it was like a fan edit on front of like a fancy Pinterest board background, but no, that's the actual that's the actual background. I'm like, what's happening? What led to it? I don't like Bumblebee because, yeah, it's not so much that they feel forced, it's that they have lost all other characterization. Like, you can be in love with your girlfriend and also still care and talk about and do things with your sister and your friends and have other personality traits. So, the one thing I don't agree with, some people say that Black Sun, which is Blake shift with Sun, was like something that they were really leaning into for the prior volumes. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't think that's actually true. It's specifically because it seems like Sun definitely had a thing for Blake, which makes sense. She's Beauty from Beauty and the Beast. I would expect a lot of people to find her very cool and attractive, but nothing Blake ever did seemed like she was interested in Sun. Specifically, like, she yelled at him all the time, she would hit him constantly, she never seemed to reciprocate any sort of attractive feelings towards Sun. So, it should have been Eclipse. Yes! Way better sounding than Black Sun. So boring. Yeah, the weird thing, this was something I mentioned on Twitter also, was the notion that Bumblebee has been planned from the beginning, which I don't really care if it was or wasn't. I think any claims that it is or isn't has to be taken with a grain of salt, because it's easy for someone to just say something. You know, I could also say that, I was planning on becoming a witch figure from the very beginning of my YouTube career. For 5 years ago, I was planning on doing this, but that wouldn't be true, but I have nothing to prove otherwise. So I think a lot of people can just say things, and I don't think necessarily, if my personal thought is, I think they liked the notion of Bumblebee, but there was no set in stone idea that 100% yes, they would get together. It was just something that they liked to tease, but I think they wanted to keep it open, because I think they actually had very little actually planned from the very beginning, you know? But, and you can, like, see it here and there, like, some of the things they say, like, starting as soon as Volume 2, even, feel like they single each other out for cute little moments here and there. But I think it was something that they liked, but not necessarily something that they had, like, confirmed in their brains that it will always be this way, because it was something I saw It's Clyde bitches talking about on Tumblr, I primarily only go to Tumblr just to read It's Clyde bitches' blog posts. If you're not reading their posts, they're very long, but they're very well worded. But yeah, It's Clyde bitches mentioned that every other relationship was very obvious. Like, very on the nose. Like, oh, we meet Ren and Nora, and their introduction is establishing Nora's crush on Ren. Weiss has a crush on Neptune, and it's very obvious. Jean has a crush on Pyrrha, very obvious. All the other crushes, like Pyrrha and Jean, and Sun with Blake, very obvious. Like, there's no, oh, I don't know, maybe they might like each other. It's like, that is their characterization right from the get-go. And Blake and Yang is like, not? Like, they're definitely friends. And I think that's the thing, and this has been a problem for years, is people will point to actions between friends and claim it is romantically coded. And it's not always. Like, sometimes, yes, but not always. Oh, Foxstar, I'm dying from the thumbnail. Your little witch gal is so built. I'm a thick girl. Look at me. I'm extra large. I'm built like a linebacker. I hope Rose Garden doesn't happen. I like Rose Garden, but somehow the Ruby Riders are gonna ruin. I 100% agree with that, Eric. It's, like, I wish they would keep it, like, open-ended. You know, like, maybe this might have happened sometime post-credits, you know, but nothing confirmed or anything like that. Also, just because I kind of like the idea of Ruby being asexual, but whatever. Also, changing and adding to the story later is not a bad thing. Yes, F. Blaggy. Yes, you are 100% right. Like, claiming, oh, this was the thing from the very beginning, doesn't make it automatically good, because, like, a lot changes, especially because it's been 10 years? 10 years, and you haven't changed anything for your story to fit the changing times, or you haven't, as just a creative, looked back at your own work and gone, oh, this could have been better if we changed it this way, we can do that now, moving forward. So yeah, like, changing things partway through your story is not bad, necessarily. But the notion that, oh, it was always meant to be this way, I guess is more just to be like, oh, you naysayers, because even though Bumblebee has finally actually been confirmed, the obnoxious Bumblebee fanatics are still more interested in fighting people than actually celebrating that their ship happened. And now this is now that they can't be like, it will, you're just being homophobic. Now it's like, it always was, and if you disagree, now you're just being homophobic, because they don't actually like celebrating their show, they just like fighting other people who don't agree with them on the same opinions as things. But whatever, that's a common thing with Ruby fans, I've noticed. You might have heard of this universe, but may I recommend you a channel and or show? Have you some pics of certain dark fantasy in space? Oh, is that the one? Someone, was it you, Curse Knight, that like suggested it to me a while ago? Yeah, you can. Go for it. Lord Moldy Butt. I get the reference. I remember Grim and Mandy, I get it. I think my second biggest problem with the bees is how it looking like Yang is the assigned man of the relationship. She is a bit tomboyish, but feels like they're erasing her more femme traits. That's another thing I've been thinking about. Like, in the early volumes, Yang was the one, she was obsessed with her appearance, her hair. She was the one with her hands on her hips. She would do these things, and slowly over time, now she's like sitting with her legs as far apart as possible, like she has a dick, and now she's all like rough and gruff, and she doesn't feel like she used to. She used to be so like, and that was a cool part of her, was that she was this cool brawler badass, but also she cared about her appearance and had like a quote-unquote girly attributes. But whatever. It's also been, like, all of the characters have been just erased from their old characterizations. Blake used to be, you know, like, stoic, cool, and now she's just this, like, shy, timid, cowering weirdo who's always like, ooh, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if this is the right thing. And I'm like, well, go back to being cool. Go back to being like, I'm going back to reading my book as soon as you leave. I liked that character. And some people say, oh, it's development. Your characters develop over time. And they can develop poorly. I can be unsatisfied with the quote-unquote development they're getting. Especially when the development takes away all the things that made their characters fun in the first place. Thanks, the movie critic dude. It'll be this Friday, technically. My birthday's Friday. The 31st. One day later, and I would have been born a fool. You're welcome, Lord Moldybutt. Yeah, remember Don't Touch Yang's Hair was a thing? That hasn't been a thing since like volume 5, when Shady Man met with her at the Just Right gas station slash bar, which was one of the stupidest writing decisions. That's another thing that makes me think, that makes me question if this was actually planned from the very beginning, because Miles and Carrie are not good writers. Like, at all. I'm sorry. They're very... Maybe it's just that they're not good at writing this kind of story, but they're not good writers. So if this was planned from the beginning, I think that's, like, you know, kind of hammers home how not good they are at handling this kind of topic. It was planned from the very beginning, and it was questionably even real until the 6th volume. Yeah, it's like the one thing we have in common trauma is it's like we're soulmates. That's pretty much how it is. Yeah, you're right. And it's also, and I think it's silly to put like real world, like dating advice into a fantasy world where, yeah, look at the sign with the word bandit scrawled on it, right? And it's, in real life, if Blake and Yang were real people, they would probably have a very poor, what? Wild pilot? Jeez Louise! What you guys... Thank you! What? You guys are nice. You guys are too nice. You can't do this. It's too kind. Thank you so much, Wild Pilot. You already do so much for me. You don't need to... I appreciate you. What was I saying? Thank you, GT gamers. Thank you. What was I saying? Every time you guys do that, it just completely kills my train of thought, and I'm just like flabbergasted and thankful. Oh yeah, if Blake and Yang were like real people, their relationship would probably be very rocky and not work out in the long run, because romance or a relationship built upon shared trauma tends to be a not healthy one. Because once that shared trauma is done, they tend to, like, I don't know. There was a... have you guys ever seen Cinema Therapy? It's that YouTube channel where the therapist and the screenwriter watch movies and talk about therapy things. There was an episode, I don't remember which one, it's been a while since I've seen their channel, where they talked about shared trauma. And the first thing I thought of when I saw it was Blake and Yang. Because, what? Critter nicknames are hilarious, like the one for Weiss's brother, Humanoid Whiteout, Human Piece of Paper. My favorite. It's so easy with Blake and Yang, because it's just bland, and Yikes was one that I saw. Temper Baby and Cat's my favorite. Maybe this isn't the place, but shout out to Miles for that old man arc voice. Oh, I haven't even heard it, actually. Yeah, because Jean's old now. I haven't heard it. I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel. I don't think it's... I don't know. Story-wise. I mean, I'll have to watch the episodes. Maybe it makes perfect sense and is a really great development for his character, but... I don't know. Thank you, Rabbit, but the A in Rabbit is a 4. What do I think of older Jean? Like appearance-wise, character-wise, I have nothing to really work with because I haven't seen the episodes. Appearance-wise, people keep calling him a DILF, and people are incorrect. DILFs have dad bods. They have beer guts. They have no muscle definition, and that is what a DILF is. Jean is not a DILF, and I also don't like the beard. Also, everyone made fun of his banana hair, and I thought it was cool. I liked his hair. Now it's all long, and I don't know. Also, he can grow a beard, but not a mustache. Okay. Thank you, Med. Do you also think that some of the compliments they gave each other made zero sense? I haven't seen the scene. I've seen, like, some people talking about some of the compliments. Like, I think Yang says to Blake something like, you're stronger, or something. You never turn away from others who need you, and things like that. It sounds like something that seems really sweet and great on paper. But the really, like, And I think those words necessarily from each other isn't even bad, especially in a moment where they're confessing and everything. I think it's more afterwards when we're now in the territory of, do they even have chemistry? If they're not just sitting here like mildly trying to flirt with each other, what kind of chemistry do they have, They haven't been actually like doing things with each other for a while. And I don't know. They don't talk about things. Don't run away from your problems anymore. Oh, do they really? Wow. It just, a lot of this volume feels very, like, snippy towards criticism. You know what I mean? Like, first there's the cat making all those, like, meta references, like, oh, what happened to Ciel, blah, 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 blah. And now the things I'm hearing about with the bees also feels like pointed towards specific things people have talked about. And I'm like, are the writers just, like, really pissy about criticism towards their show? And rather than, like, fixing their show, they're being like, no, I will show you. I don't know. Have I seen Summer Camp Island? A Cartoon Network show that also has witches? No, but that sounds so up my alley. Oh, wait! I think I've seen a trailer for it. Yeah, and I thought about it, but I never went back to... I got distracted. I was watching something else at the time, like Obi-Wan or something. I don't remember. I'll look into it. I miss when they had normal conversations. I know, right? Even their normal conversations feel weird, though. Like the last one I can think of is Blake and Yang getting ready to go dancing with Team Funky. And even then, it's just like, it feels forced. Something about it just feels forced. Like they don't have just casual conversations. They have to force themselves to be giggly, talky, fun with each other all the time. And now I'm wondering thanks, Curse Knight. And now I'm wondering, will we have this thing where now that they're dating, or are they just gonna be always chipper and happy, lovey-dovey with each other all the time? Like, no actual, like, development with their relationship, which is always the interesting part for me when there's a relationship, is how they go through dating each other. Because it's one thing to, like, be attracted to someone and get the courage to ask them out, and now you guys, like, mutual attraction is discovered and you're actually going out. That's one thing. That's something most stories cover. The artwork in the thumbnail is amazing. Thank you, Cinesloth. There's a link to it in the description of the video. But once after the dating thing, when they actually start, like, are in the relationship, that's where the interesting stuff happens. How do they get along? Is there any annoying things that they would have to learn to get over? Like, if they moved into an apartment together, if this was like a normal world AU, Blake and Yang move into an apartment together for the first time, would, like, weird little things bother Blake? Like, Yang always leaves the cap off the toothpaste. Or Yang keeps opening doors and turning on lights, but forgets to turn them back off and close the doors. What would they do? What kind of weird fights would they have? And not just weird fights, how would they figure out food and stuff? Because another thing is, when you're sitting there talking to someone, and if you've ever had, like, a sleepover, I think you can kind of understand something that I'm talking about here, which is, you're talking to each other, and then suddenly you have nothing left to talk about. And then you have to kind of, like, think of something to continue the conversation, or find something to, like, distract you with, like watch a show or something, There's a point in a relationship, especially when you move in together, where eventually there will be that point where they will run out of things to talk about. And what happens with them after that? Because a good relationship, they can just sit there in silence, or separate and do their own thing, and then come back and have more to say. But how would they do that? How would they get over those, like, early relationship weirdness? But I don't think they're gonna bother, like, exploring that concept. Can you hear the airplanes? There are so many damn airplanes. They're so low, too. But yeah, it's the interesting part is like the development of their relationship, and being in a fantasy setting is even more interesting. Like, would like what weird like let's like take my toothpaste example and change it to weapons. Would Blake be like, I think you need to change your weapon, you need to protect yourself better? Would Yang be like, no, I don't need to wear armor and stuff like that? I don't know. How would they grow and develop? But I don't expect them to actually do that. Thank you, Unripe the Burby. Thank you, Evan Legat. Thank you, Evan. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are too nice. You guys are too damn nice. I don't know what to say. But thank you so much. That's really sweet. It's really cool, actually. You guys are all really cool. Yeah, I don't know why the airplanes are so loud and so constant. I'm not near an airfield. I guess I'm kind of near one, but sometimes I swear they just do like circles around just my apartment. Yeah, where would they keep the oil? Things like that. Would they commit to getting a dog? That's a really big step in a relationship. Getting a pet? Would they commit to that? What kind of weird things happens after that? But I don't think they would ever explore that. I don't know. I'm glad the bees are finally together. Jeez Louise. Took long enough. Like, I kind of thought Volume 6 was the thing, you know? Like, I thought that was the confirmation of, like, they're doing it. This is the relationship. And then they were just weird and quiet about it. Anton, jeez. Happy birthday. Sorry I'm late to the party. I hear we were talking about Bumblebee finally actually being confirmed for real. We promised, but for real this time. Great. Glad they are finally together. Can we have the characters outside the ship now? That's another thing. Maybe now they'll actually, like, do things. like, thank you so much, Anton. You're too nice. You're all so nice. The movie critic dude, I used to live near a train, and I didn't know. When I moved to college, there was a train nearby. I didn't know that's what the train was. Like, it ran in the middle of the night. I was 100% convinced it was, like, banshees or something. Like some monster screaming in the distance. Thank you, Trash. Jeez Louise, Trash. You guys are all nice today. This is not fair. Happy birthday to the girl who has brought happiness to so many of us. We're unworthy. Thank you for everything. Aww. Oh no. That meme of the old man with like the heart going on. That's me. That's me. That's me doing it. You guys are so nice. Thank you. Pineapple pizza or no pineapple? I used to really be into it. That used to be the only thing I would order, but now I'm like, it's fine. Like, I could go either way. I'm not picky. I'm incredibly easy to please. I have no, like, grand preferences for much of anything. I'm very easygoing, especially with food. Oh, Curse Night? Do I have my phone? My phone is charging. Sorry. It's in a completely different room. It was like, the battery's, like, almost dead. So I like, charge it while I'm streaming. So I don't have to worry about it. And then, because then when I'm done streaming, I'm gonna, like, walk to the grocery store, and I want to be able to have my phone charged. So I'll get to it later, Curse Night. But I did see your messages. I'll get back to you. You guys are so nice. God dang. What was I saying? Jeez Louise. The bees, that's what it was. It was, now that they're finally, like, actually dating, it'd be cool if they could, like, talk to other characters, too. You know? Like, if Blake talked to, like, Weiss for a while, or Ruby talked to Yang about being sisters, or whatever, you know, now that it's like, they are 100% dating, okay, fine, now finally, hang out with other people, too. Make it a unit, like Blake and Yang talk to Jean, you know, Blake and Yang hang out with Crow, or whatever, you know. You're going to your first con this weekend? What con is it? I didn't even realize it was con season. I always think it's like dead of summer. Congratulations. I've been to one convention years and years ago. I think it was actually before I had even started doing my YouTube channel. I think. It was a long time ago. I saw a picture of me at the convention one time, and I was like, who's that weird skinny bitch? Oh, that's me! That's when I was starving and going to college. The show does always struggle with talking to other characters. I don't know what it is. Like, the dialogue scenes is so vacant. Like you can really tell Miles and Carrie really like talking about, like, Wild Pilot, you already donated! Little do you know, we're just buttering you up for the OC challenge. I know, right? That's almost, that due date is soon. That is very soon. In fact, it's a week from yesterday, I believe. Nope. It's this Sunday. This Sunday is the due date, so get your OC animations in by Sunday, like the end of the day, Sunday. Like, it doesn't have to be like, I'm gonna be a little lenient. Like, if you get it in towards the beginning of the 3rd, I'll still probably accept it, just because I know, like, time zones are weird for everybody, so. But yeah, like, Ruby's always been so weird about their dialogue scenes, and I feel like Miles and Carrie really like thinking of exposition. They like thinking of, like, so in Lord of the Rings, there's that other book that, like, accompanies it. That's all, like, weird history and stuff. I think Miles and Carrie are the type of people who really like writing down the history things. And then when it comes to actually, like, writing character moments, they just struggle with it. And I felt like Eddie and Kiersey were doing a lot of really good stuff with the character interaction moments. But I don't know, like, it's hard to tell. Is Kiersey still working on it? Do I like Lolita fashion? Not really. Not really my thing. I like dolls. Like, if it's on a doll, I think that's fine. But, like, other than that, no, not really my thing. The Silmarillion. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Evan. Yeah, which is fun. Like, I think there is fun in having, like, basically a giant history book of lore for your stories and the fantasy worlds you come up with, but writing characters actually talking to each other is very different. So yeah, is Kiersey working on the show still? I know technically not, because Kiersey was a contract hire, technically. Like Eddie, Miles, and Carrie work at Rooster Teeth, Kiersey was contractually hired to work on writing for Ruby, and all the contracts ran up at the end of before Volume 9 started airing. Once they finished animating it, all their contracts ran up. So I guess technically she doesn't work for them right now. I wonder if she'd want to come back? I don't know. I don't think Ruby's gonna get a season 10. I really don't. If it does, it'll be a miracle, and I think it'll be its last season. I think it is scraping to stay alive. Struggling. All the eps are 20 minutes now. That's the average length of an anime episode. I know, right? Like, there are some people who, like, complain no matter what the episode lengths are. Like they made the one that in, like, their longest episode, episode 3, The Lost Fable of Volume 6. And it's like 34 minutes long or something. And then some people were like, why can't all the episodes be that long? And I'm like, length doesn't make it better. And also, they're all 15 to 20 minutes now already. That's pretty standard. Isn't Ruby super popular? Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. The writing in Ruby reminds me of Dune. Lots of big overall plot happening, but almost nothing character-wise. That is very accurate. I watched Dune. That's what was wrong with it. I found it so boring. Rambo loved it. Rambo thought it was the greatest ever. I was like, okay, it's fine. Whoa! Swift Umbra! Jeez Louise! Happy birthday, Critter. Also, I wanted to know if there are any Ruby fanworks you've seen that you would recommend over the actual show. Any of the ones that I have made videos for, I have a playlist if you want to find them all nice and easy, like Team Dark, Team Silver, I think is what it is, the Lee, and Angel trailers. The fan works that have been like shared with me and stuff like that. Yeah, things like that are all above and beyond. In fact, most RWBY fan works I think is better than the show. Like if you just like find fan work stuff, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be more interesting. Like I think it's, or at least they'll explore a differently creative, like direction than the show. Fixing RWBY, if you want a really long one to just, like, podcast style sink your teeth into, that's a great one to go with. Whereas Twins is living in her apartment several miles away from me. We don't live near each other. Twins will probably stream later this week. I don't know if she'll do something birthday related. She might mention it. But yeah, she'll keep an eye on her own streams. She does that her own way. She's on Twitch. Twitch is scary and confusing to me. I barely use it. I mostly just use it to watch Twins or Mr. Clem's streams. Yeah, Fixing RWBY. Yep. That's another good one. I don't know much about fanfics. I don't read fanfic. I think just all of them in general. Have you ever heard of the Japanese manga of Adam versus Raven? No. Well, that sounds crazy. I would have loved that. That's so many interesting things. One thing I wanted was more with Yang and Ironwood. Specifically because Ironwood gave Yang her robot arm. And he had his prosthetics. And I wanted Yang to, like, talk to him about, like, having a prosthetic and how he, like, how he got over it and stuff, what happened to him, and they would, like, mini-bond over it. There's so many, like, weird little things that it seems like easy material for the characters to just, like, have small moments together. It doesn't even need to be, like, a big thing. Like, Yang can still hate Ironwood by the end of the volume, and he can still be the bad guy, but just, you know, seeing something, having these characters feel like they're more than just puppets for the plot to move forward. Yeah, shout out to Allison and Twins. Yeah! Oh, extra shout out to Allison. If you watched my pony video, there was a part towards the endish where I was talking about different pony fan videos on YouTube and stuff, and one was, this is what all pony EDM videos look like. That song that I play for that bit was composed entirely by Allison. She made all of it. So, check out her channel. She does music stuff, and she's really cool. Oh, the DC crossover? Oof. It's gonna be so bad. About the RWBY watch party, will there be captions or just a silent screen? There will be captions, because I'm going to have the volume off for you, the chat, because I don't want the video taken down or demonetized or whatever. So, it's going to be, there'll be subtitles on, and I'll just be covering up the screen, probably with, like, my little floaty critter guys, but I'll make sure that the subtitles are still, like, seen for you all. And that's how I'm gonna do it. But yeah, it'll be, like, silent. And not only just so it does, like, the audio of it doesn't get it demonetized, but also so then you can hear me when I blabber on top of it. Will Allison and Twins join the watch party? Not, like, physically. Maybe in the chat. I'm not sure. Watch party? When? It will be the week after the last episode of Volume 9, which I believe is the last week of April. It's gonna be exciting. I'll make a schedule and I'll post about it, and I'll have it, like, information both on Twitter and on YouTube for everybody, and I'll have, like, time zone, like schedule the times and stuff. So I have a big old plan for it. It's gonna be later. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. When will the OC challenge vid be out? So, it will be probably, okay. So the due date is the 2nd. The video will probably be out later that week, or 1 week after, exactly. But it's gonna be different. I'm gonna release one that's just everyone's submissions. So you all can watch everyone's submissions, so then you can decide which ones you like best, so you can vote on which ones you like best. And then after voting is done, then I'll have a video after that, which will be discussing my take on discussing everyone's submissions and also deciding the vote winner and my Critter's Choice winner. So that's how that will do. It will probably be after May when that second video finally gets out, because I want voting to happen for a while, and then I also need to make little, chibi pictures of everyone's characters, and that will take a while too. So it's gonna be a hot second, but it's because I want to make sure it's as quality as it should be. So, yay. Opinion on Tekken 8. I don't know much about Tekken 8 specifically, but I love Tekken. I think it's cool. I like the thing that they all speak their own native language, and they all just understand each other without having to change speaking their language. I think that's cool. I think that is a cool thing when things do that. And Tekken, started it. April 22nd, the DC movie crossover comes 3 days after Volume 9 ends. Ugh. I might watch it with Rambo. It just looks so bad. It's just because DC had a movie that was animated that came out very recently. It was Super Sons. Batman and Superman, Super Sons. And it was about Superman's kid and Damian Wayne. I don't like Damian, whatever. But we watched it, and it was very clearly animated in, by Rooster Teeth, I think. It was the same animation style as Ruby. It looked like the same models, same maybe animation program. I don't know if anyone working on Ruby also worked on Super Sons, but it looked exactly like Ruby. And Rambo thought that was a really great movie. I thought it was fine. I didn't like our two main characters because I was salty, because I wanted it to be Dick Grayson, and I wanted it to be, Connor Kent, and it wasn't either of them, so. But it was a fine movie, but I want to see how this Ruby one compares quality-wise, animation quality-wise. Damian is a terrible Robin, and they always go with Damian, and I hate him. I hate that guy. I hate him. I like all the other Robins. You know which Robin I want? I want Kelly. Bring back Kelly. Kelly was cool. She was cool. She was a cool Robin. No one ever does Kelly. It's always Damian. You know what else I want? Solomon Grundy. He's my favorite. He is my favorite character from Batman universe, and no one ever does Solomon Grundy. You guys talking about who? What's you got? Daniel? Thank you. Daniel, you guys are all, I need to, stop recording. You guys are gonna keep giving me money. Congratulations on the Earth being around this location when you and twins popped out. Thanks, man. Happy birth. You did it. Just reading what you guys have to say. Grundy Pog. Yes, thank you, Mr. Magius. No one ever does Grundy. He's so cool. So yeah, I guess I'll wrap up soon. I got, you all just keep giving me money. And it's so nice. You guys can't keep giving me money. It's too nice. Mr. Freeze is neglected, and I think they could do a lot of cool things with Mr. Freeze. Any favorite underrated series? Mine's Hot Wheels World Race and its critically acclaimed sequel series, Acceleracers. I wasn't expecting any of those, the movie critic dude. Underrated series? Jeez. I don't know. Ew. My internet's going, ooh. I don't know what's happening. My stream thing that usually tells me how strong my stream is, it's usually green. This one keeps flickering between orange and red and yellow, back to red and orange. Ooh. I need to check my router. Underrated series. I guess, Ever After High. I don't know how underrated it is. Probably that. There's like weird little ones that I can never think of. Grundy appears in the Legion of Superheroes movie, but then he was beaten in the first few minutes. That's always the thing. When he does show up, he's like, it's so brief, and he never is there. How are things going? I'm gonna probably wrap up soon. Author's Event Horizon. I need to check on my router. My internet connection doesn't look too stable, so I don't know what's happening with that. Does everything seem fine on your end? Are things weird and laggy for you all? Am I gonna have the bingo card up during the watch party? I guess I can have it. I think only one thing on my bingo is actually gonna get, because so much of my bingo, like, I was so certain that we would be seeing the people in Vacuo, and Crow and Robin and stuff. And so much of my bingo board is about them. But I guess, like, I know for sure one thing did get crossed off my bingo board, so I guess I could bring it up, but I am not getting a bingo. Underrated game series, Yokai Watch. Oh my god! I was looking up yesterday if Yokai Watch is on the Switch, and I was so upset that it wasn't. I was doing that thing, I was just looking around at, like, weird games to find, and I'm just like, I miss Yokai Watch. Slight lag? Yeah. I am using Wi-Fi. I don't have an Ethernet. I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. So, maybe that's it. Maybe it's all the damn planes flying around. The planes are slapping into my Wi-Fi waves and getting them all akimbo. That's how it works. Video is laggy, but the audio is fine. Yeah, okay. I got stuff to do anyway, and it's been nearly an hour, and you all have been very kind and very generous. But, I might be streaming again later this week. We'll see. So, we'll find out. I'll keep you all posted. If not, I might just make a video, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, thank you all for showing up. I'll check my internet, especially since it's all lagging for you. Might as well figure this is the end of it anyway. Yeah, thank you all for the birthday wishes. Yep, I'm +1 old. That's me. Just reset the router? I probably have to. You know, yeah, 9,000. That's it. 9 billion, actually. Old as time. That's me. The oldest ever. Thank you all so much. Thanks for chatting and hanging out. Thank you all for the very generous super chats and stuff. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.